Have you received your shot yet? The Regional Health Services in Region 2 invite you to get vaxxed and get a chance to receive a COVAX hamper. A what? A COVAX hamper. When vaccinated, you will receive a coupon, and drawings will be done weekly at the Suddy Health Center and broadcast live on the Regional Health Services Facebook page on Sundays. Get vaccinated and get a chance to be one of 4 lucky winners of a COVAX hamper. Kwame Supernam, fighting COVID-19 for a safer region and safer Guyana.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Let's get to the news in detail. Exxon's subsidiary, Esso, has submitted an application to the EPA to move ahead with its $900 million gas-to-energy project. As a result of the intended developmental activities, the EPA said possible effects on the environment may include impacts to marine water quality, air quality, marine and terrestrial flora and fauna, socioeconomic resources, among others. As such, in keeping with the Environmental Protection Act, the EPA has determined that the proposed project may significantly affect the environment and therefore will require an environmental impact assessment. Members of the public are hereby invited within 28 days of this notice to make written submissions to the agency, setting out those questions and matters which they require to be answered or considered in the environmental impact assessment. In other news, SBM Offshore was pleased to disclose yesterday that it was able to secure financing to construct Guyana's third oil ship, called Prosperity. The Dutch shipmaker noted that Prosperity, which will be used in the Stabroek Block's Payara project, will cost $1.5 billion or over 200 billion Guyana dollars. SBM said the financing was secured from a consortium of 11 international banks, while adding that it expects to draw the loan in full, phased over the construction period of the Prosperity vessel. And moving on, President Dr. Irfaan Ali has said that unless the targets that were set at the Paris Agreement in 2015 are realized, the world can expect to experience future water disasters and further setbacks to the Sustainable Development Agenda. The head of state made this assertion during his virtual address at the plenary session of the 5th UN Special Thematic Session on Water and Disaster held yesterday. The president also reaffirmed Guyana's commitment to working with the UN and the international community to press for coordinated global attention and action to combat climate change. And moving on, former Minister of Finance under the previous APNU-AFC administration, Winston Jordan, has moved to quote-unquote justify why his government had used proceeds from a $30 billion bond for Gaisuco to repay the lenders. Jordan's explanation came immediately after Kaieteur reported on Wednesday that the coalition used $30 billion Gaisuco bond to repay lenders. It was the current senior minister in the office of the president with responsibility for finance, Ashni Singh, who had said that the APNU-AFC were servicing the bond from the proceeds of the bond. Jordan noted that there are 2 main reasons or setbacks that forced NISL to use some of the bond proceeds to begin repaying the lenders. Those 2 main reasons, according to the former Minister of Finance, were the December 2018 no-confidence motion and certain threats made by the then opposition, the PPPC. And now let's tell you, yesterday the PNCR was faced with 2 more withdrawals from the party. The PNCR is the largest party in the APNU-AFC coalition, but in recent days has been losing its members. Those who withdrew from the party yesterday are Bartica businessman Sean Hopkinson, who was on the party's Central Executive Committee for 3 years, and youth member Brian Smith. Just last week, PNCR Regional Chairperson Thandi McAllister confirmed that she has resigned from the PNCR party, which she served for over 25 years. And now let's tell you, according to a press release, the University of Guyana on Thursday signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Caribbean Oceanography, Aquaculture and Subsea Technology Foundation, or better known as the Coast Foundation, to collaborate on the establishment of a Subsea Center of Excellence training facility. The Coast Foundation, which was founded in 2017 by a group of marine and subsea professionals, was created to engage in education through subsea exploration and technology development. Its regional program is centered on scientific exploration of the seafloor, and its goal is to conduct expeditions from aboard an exploration vessel to be acquired by the Foundation in the future. And now let's tell you what would usually be a tradition for two brothers and their mother to have breakfast together turned ugly yesterday morning when one brother stabbed the other to death at the mother's Cummings Street, Georgetown residence. The dead man has been identified as 24-year-old Paul Anthony Chase. The brother in custody has been identified as 27-year-old Quincy Reynolds. The dead man's mother, Sonia Chase, said that her sons had a misunderstanding, which then got out of control. The now dead man received 2 stab wounds, one to his chest and the other to his neck. And wrapping up this evening, let's tell you the Guyana Police Force last evening issued a wanted bulletin for a relative of Joel and Isaiah Henry for the murder of fellow Berbistein Harish Singh. The bulletin was issued for Gladwin Henry of No. 3 Village, West Coast, Berbice. The police is urging anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of Henry, to contact the police on telephone numbers 232-0969, 226-1928, 911 or the nearest police station. Henry is wanted for questioning in relation to the September 9, 2020 murder of Singh, who was killed days after the Henry cousins' butchered bodies were found dumped in the cotton tree backlands on the west coast of Berbice. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
The COVID-19 vaccine gives us hope for a healthier